Hello everyone, welcome back. We are again live with Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, this time with the randomizer. So, this should be some wonderful good fun. If you've never seen the Zelda 2 randomizer, it is wonderfully brilliant, written by Digshake. And you'll already notice some differences because instead of a green tunic, Link now has a pink tunic. That's a random thing. So with the earlier Zelda 2 runs, I used the files extra and life, so this time I'm going to go ahead and use the 2017, and I'm going to just go ahead and count down from 3. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Woo, yeah. Woo.
Okay, so here we go, and you'll notice right away it's a randomized overworld, so I don't know where anything is, literally. Okay, nothing up there. And so all of the enemies are randomized, so I don't know what I'm going to encounter in these encounters. Okay. Oh, we found a town. Good. And this is a good town to find because we can get a spell from here. The spells are also randomized, so I don't know what spell I'm going to get, or if I'll even be able to cast it. I found a mirror under the table. Digshake also increased the text speed, which is really nice, but you still don't have to look at most of it. Oh, barely made it into the door. He cut out the middle rooms that don't mean anything. Also nice. Oh, we got the fire spell, which is...
Oh, yeah, the best.
Actually, I'm going to up A.
I mean the worst.
So, actually, it's not so bad in this because the fire spell can be combined with another spell in the flags that I have chosen, so it could actually be useful.
Oh yeah, Fire Fairy. Oof.
Yeah, I'm gonna just up A because this is a terrible encounter.
Yeah. Does it? Oh yeah, the same thing from before. Come on.
Okay. Also, you'll notice my beam sprite is different. It looks like a rock. So that's another thing that was changed. Gonna duck in here and see what we can see. Oh, we don't need a red jar.
Give it a few minutes, or seconds, rather.
Oh, hey, that's a nice fairy to find. Okay, there's some caves. Good thing we want to find there are 5 caves that can have items in them. That's not one of them. Okay, here we go. This normally has a magic container in vanilla, and we'll see what it has now. Oh, we got the magical key. That is a really great find because now we don't have to worry about finding keys at all in the palaces. This this randomizer does have, or the flags that are used in this seed do allow for extra keys in the palaces, but okay, and we can't cast fire to see if we can jump, so we can't get anything out of that town right now. Okay, so the fire also looks like a rock. Okay, we found another town that we can get something from. This is Rauru, where you normally get the shield spell from. We interestingly have not come across any palaces yet. An interesting thing about the palaces can be on any continent, basically. We got the Thunder spell, which is awesome because that is a required spell. So that is, basically we're going to try to go through this as quickly as we can. So if I find spells that, if I find the spells that I need to be able to complete the game, then I'm going to go and do that as soon as possible, rather than look around for more things. So, bubbles are the worst. Okay, more caves. So this one normally in vanilla has a pea bag in it, but it has been mixed in with the items, so it could have a real item in it. And we got the Water of Life, which is awesome because that lets us get the spell from Mito. Okay, that's Jump Cave, so we don't care about that. I'm gonna go back down to Mito to get the spell there. The town, or the encounters are still the same type of encounter that they are in the vanilla, based on the land type or whatever, the terrain type. But there are flags to change that. So this is kind of, I would say the flag set that I'm using right now is intermediate level slash, it was the flags that were used in the Swiss round of the randomizer tournament this year. So they're not beginner friendly per se, but they're not the expert flags either. Okay, so we got the fairy spell. We basically have... Oh, and that is awesome because that means we can get the downstab now.
Whereabouts was the tournament hosted? Was that on Speed Game?
Some of the finals were on Speed Gaming, but it was mostly just community hosted.
Okay. I'll have to go back and watch those.
So, and yeah, actually, Angry Larry did a lot of them, and he archived them to YouTube on like a playlist and stuff, so I'm sure I can dig up the link of that for you. Alright, so that is good getting the downstab. Basically, if I could find a palace, I would be ready and happy to do a palace, but I've not come in across any palaces yet, so... And we found 2 of 5 caves, and there's also an that have items in them, and there's also a grass tile that we have not found. So... Gonna poke my head over into the swamp to see if I can see something. Okay, there is one more town we have not found also. I think that might be a town we haven't found. But we can't actually get anything from the town because we don't have... Yeah, so that's Jump Town or Ruto. Oh, 2 palaces. This is awesome. Okay, this is Palace 1, so we are gonna dive right into Palace 1. This is the smallest palace. A couple things about the meta. Oh, heck. Those skull bubbles are taking XP from me, which is not fun or nice. But anyway, so all of the boss rooms are to the right, or you go to the right to find the boss rooms, in Palaces 1, 2, and 5, the item is to the left. So when we're trying to find the item, we want to favor going to the left. When we want to find the boss, we want to favor going to the right. Okay, we got attack level 2, which should help out. Alright, and this is where attack skills and combat skills really come into play in the early game when you have low levels and you don't know what enemies you're going to come across. There's a key or a pea bag or something in that room. We don't really care about that. Actually, because it's extra keys, it's a key. And since we have the magic key, we don't care about that, so...
Is the same basic strategy the same, where you focus on attack levels and then kind of distribute from there?
It depends on the person. That's kind of my general plan. But some people do a tactic of trying to take more the level that they come across. It also sometimes depends on just the way the seed is, because if the fairy cast is... If magic is really expensive to cast... you may need to spend more on magic levels early on. Okay, and here we have the item. And I can't cast any of those other spells. Oh, great, and... Okay, Okay, that's fine. Kind of wanted to kill him, but also I'm happy to get out of there. So now that we have the item, that was the raft. That'll let us get to the eastern continent, which is a required item for game progression. All right. And this is the boss, so here we go. Oh, heck. You'll also notice the palace colors and stuff are totally different too, which is kind of fun. But you can tell what palace you're in based on a couple of factors, and one of them is at the tops of the columns. If you notice, this palace had kind of a face sort of a thing, and that's how you know that it was Palace 1. Also, they don't turn into stone in this game, so... Okay, and this is Palace 5. I don't really want to do Palace 5 just yet, so... I'm gonna do a bit more searching. We have a cave to explore. Two caves. Okay, so this is Heart Container Cave. I should up aid in that palace after getting the level up. So another feature that was added, oh, the kidnapped child. So that lets us get a spell on the eastern continent in the town of Darunia. Okay, so I'm gonna go... Oh, there's another cave here. Oh, two caves. Awesome. Oh, there is a boulder-blocked cave, and we know that that's going to have an item in it. It's not going to be a pass-through cave because of the boulder, so... Okay, a lot of these enemies read your D-pad, so it's good to do neutral jumps to get to move towards them where they don't back up on you. All right. Oh, and we found the handy glove. That is awesome. So that is a required item. In theory, it may not be required, but it's basically 99.999999999% required. So this has been an exceedingly generous seed when it comes to items. Also, we started with the candle. I didn't mention that before. Okay, so that's a pass-through cave. Gonna go to the eastern continent to see what we can see. Okay, and that's a pass-through cave. We don't have the boots, so we can't walk on the water. But there is a town. 2 towns. Okay, we cannot get the items out of here, but we can find some. We need 7 magic containers to get that item. In the... Why did I cast... I don't know why I casted fairy there. But anyway, in the vanilla game, you need 7 hearts to get the, or 7 magic containers to get the magic container there. In the randomizer, it can be shuffled to require anywhere between 5 and 7 magic containers. We have the jump spell, which is nice, but the required spell that we are missing is the reflect spell. So that's really what we want to find. And since we can't cast the fire spell, we don't know if that's linked to the spell. But we don't have a way to cast the spell, so we can't get the item at the end of town. Okay, and swamp is the worst. Dig Shake is in the pocket of Big Swamp. Oh, I mentioned in the, just for fun, I'm going to show off the super jump that I don't know if I kind of mentioned it before. Okay. That's the pixel perfect jump to get up there.
As opposed to using fairy to go down the...
Yeah, as opposed to... That's the old strat. And if you get that on the first try, it's still technically faster than Fairy Feet. Or not Fairy Feet, Fairy Claws. I might show off some Fairy Feet, though, in this, which is another glitch using the Fairy spell. That's an out-of-bounds glitch that is banned in most of the popular Zelda 2 categories because they disallow out-of-bounds. And it's not enough to make a dent in the any % category, so it's not there. There is one category that features it heavily, the any % no scroll lock, but that's a very difficult category to run optimally. So, but the randomizer, hey, and we have the reflect spell, so that is awesome. We do not actually need any more spells. Unless the spell is blocking a required item. Okay. But the Fairy Feet glitch is accepted and loved by the randomizer community, so it's seen as not a major glitch, so... Okay. I kind of want to check that cave down there, but... Okay. Oh, this is Palace 4. We can't cast Reflect, so I'm gonna up A to refill my lives. That's another change Dig Shake made, was putting in the code so if you up an A at a palace, you restart at that palace. And we found Maze Island, which is cool because Maze Island has 2 items guaranteed on it. And we found the first one, which is a magic container. Which is good because we need to be able to cast magic, and I should probably also get some magic levels. And I want to see how much this enemy is worth. 100, that's kind of low for those enemies, so the way the experience works is there's a table of possible experience values in the code, and the game randomizes anywhere from its default value to 2 steps above or below. And that's actually really nice to get that. We're going to take a magic level and another magic level. And that'll be good. So now we can... Still can't cast Reflect. But we can cast... Actually, it didn't really impact my spell costs much at all. Because of the magic container, though, I can cast Fire, which is good. So, okay, and here we're gonna try to do the fairy feat. So this, we need to do some one frame taps to get into the boundary of the screen, and I did it wrong, so... Oh, and that bot is sword immune, which is wonderful. So you need to use fire to kill the bot. Which means we're not going to kill any bots. What's that? The most the bots can be worth is like 10. Okay, so we're at this palace. This is going to be Palace 3 or 6. I'm not sure which, but I'm going to go ahead and see if fire is not paired with life, so it's also not paired with shield. It could be reflect. I don't know yet. So Palace 6, everything is to the, or wait, this is Palace 3, I believe. I'm going to confirm that. But, yes, so this is Palace 3. Palace 3 and Palace 6 have the same shape on the top of the pillars. The, like, I don't know, curled scroll sort of look or whatever. And the item and the boss are both to the right, so... The wall skeleton is the official mascot of the Zelda 2 randomizer, so I'm going to test to see if fire is also reflect here. Oh, it is spell, so that is good.
So if spell were required, you wouldn't need to go get it since fire also does it?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay, and that is... nice. And fire gets really cheap. Okay, that's fine. Fire gets really cheap as your magic level goes up, so that will actually be convenient later. I can use spell to get through lots of ugly rooms if I need to.
Do any of your spells apply life?
Not currently. I don't have any defensive spells at this point, so...
I see. So only defensive effects can be paired with other defensive spells?
Well, no, it's only the fire spell that gets paired with another spell.
Ah, okay.
And that's just an attempt to make the fire spell not a useless spell. Okay, so I'm going to go down the elevator here because that's a way to get to turn back to the right. So, since basically the story of Palace 3 is go right as much as you can. Alright, and we got attack 4, which is awesome. And we're at the boss. So I hope this boss gives a high amount of XP. So walk left, please. Come on, walk left.
A little more. A little more. There you go. Aw. Yeah.
700 is
nice.
awesome, so that lets us get attack 5 out of here. So we have successfully placed 2 out of 6 gems. We're gonna... I think I died. Yeah, so I'm gonna get my level and then up A, so... And actually, since we're on Maze Island and we got everything, I'm gonna up A out of there because it's kind of a long backtrack out of there. Oh, these bubbles are the worst. So we could do Palace 5. There's still some exploration yet to do on the western continent.
Ooh. Whoa, there's a lot going on.
Yeah. So I just cast Thunder to take those out and get some experience. We're gonna go down to... back to the eastern continent. So I'm actually thinking I'm gonna check out what the spell item is, since we can cast the thunder or the spell with fire. And it's also interesting to note that the link works both ways. So if we were to find the spell, it would also cast fire when we cast it. So the interesting one is when you get the the fire spell paired with fairy. Because then that effectively removes the fire spell from the game.
So which spell is cheaper then?
Spell gets cheaper, or
eventually.
Oh, and hey, we can get that other one. So, spell will get cheaper than fairy gets eventually, but fire gets cheaper than both of them. So it is nice if you get your magic levels high by the end of the game. If you have it paired with a spell like Thunder or Life, you can just keep casting it to basically plow your way through everything. Pairing it with spell can have a similar effect, but there are certain enemies that aren't affected by the spell. Hammer. Hey, that's good. So we have basically the only real progression item that we don't have that might be good to get is the boots. But we're basically, as they say, full dig shake. So any palace that we come across, we can go for. except now we have all those. We can actually go for the Palace 4 now as well. So when we come across that, we'll go for Palace 4. And this was a cave that we didn't check out, so... Okay, and this could have an item in it. It's a pea bag in the vanilla game, this cave. Only 20 for the Tektite. Okay, and it's a pea bag. Okay, we'll take life level 4, and then basically at this point, I don't really want to level up my magic or life much more until later, so just because I like to try to abuse the gems if I can, but if I don't, I also don't like to go out of my way to grind for the gem XP, so if I have to eat a gem, I will. Oh, and there is... Let's do that. Because there was an invisible Moa in here that I can't see because I don't have the cross. And those are not fun to deal with. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna... No. I probably should up A. Just to... Oh, 150 for those. Nice. We're basically back at the same experience before. Now we have full magic and not quite full life. And yeah, all of our lives, so. We knew it was Palace 4 because of the flying Moa at the entrance, coupled with the face-shaped column toppers. And the item and boss are both to the right on this. This palace also has 3 right-facing dead-end rooms that look like that, and so if we come across those, we will just run away. Forcing us to go left.
I just want to make a quick note about our donation total. It currently says we're sitting at 800, which is over our initial goal of 500. However, if you add in the amount that I'm kicking in for my downs in Assault Android Cactus and the amount that 006 is kicking in for Keep Talking Nobody Explodes, we are $15 short of 1,000.
That is awesome.
So, I would highly encourage anybody who is remaining watching, please, $15, please.
Alright, so we went down the pit, and if you know the vanilla layout of Palace 4, you'll notice that we skipped a room. And that's, well, the things are shuffled, but if we were to explore and come across that room, it would loop onto itself, which is kind of funny. Okay, that was Palace 4. I'm honestly not gonna go dig for the item. Because unless the boots are required, there's no item that I really think I might need, so. And we didn't die, so we can go out and do some more exploring. So that's our 3rd gem. We don't have the flute to go up there, so that's possibly a thing. Let's walk down here. Dead end, okay. So we're probably gonna have to start doing some connector caves since we don't have... Did I check this? Oh, right, okay. So we're probably gonna have to start taking some connector caves because we do not have boots to get across the terrain or to get across the ocean. and we also don't have... had to cast that or I was going to die. We also don't have... That's an invisible Moa. Okay. We can't cast jump, so...
Is there any way to identify the difference between the piers for the raft and the piers for the water walking with the boots?
So with the boots, you can walk on any water in this randomizer. So we're going to check out... We have not found Great Palace yet. Ah, dang it. I would... Okay.
Well, see it.
Okay, couldn't make that jump. You can actually make it without casting jump, but it's a really tight jump, so I am gonna... yeah, I'm gonna do another attempt at Fairy Feet. And we got it, so you saw the fairy disappear there, and that's the fairy going into the boundary, and then we push back to the opposite direction, and the game only reads your, on those pass-through encounters, okay, so that is Vanilla Great Palace, so we're gonna just up A. So it only reads the direction of your X velocity when you cross the boundary to know where to put you.
Hey, real quick. We just got a $15 donation.
Nice.
So, thank you, Bits of Wolf. $15 plus all of the other assorted money because Mr. Bond kept dying.
Hey.
Brings us up to 1,000.
Nice.
Hey, that is
my
awesome.
My goal was...
Thank you very much, everybody.
So,
couldn't have made it possible without you.
Indeed. Are you going to do another similar thing for Jamestown, by the way?
No.
Every time you lose a Vaunt?
No. No. Are you kidding me? No. I'd be in the poorhouse.
Well...
Remortgage my house. Or second mortgage my house.
It hasn't shown up on the tracker yet.
That's at a minute. It's at a minute interval.
Well, I got the email for it, but the Extra Life website itself hasn't updated yet.
Okay, so this is Palace 6. Let's go ahead and do this.
Oh. We've also received another $25 donation from Sam.
Oh,
nice.
Nice.
Thank you, Sam.
Sam, I'll make him ARF again when we play Jamestown.
There you go. Oh, sorry, he just died there.
That's
We're
fine.
distracting EoN.
I hope my ARF had nothing to do with it.
Your ARF had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, right, vindication.
It's just kind of an ugly room, TBH.
Yeah.
So, and I have, okay. Gonna wait because I don't want to die to the fire.
Oh.
That was really nice of you, Rope.
So, I know this is kind of bad, but like, the heart beeping was like on the offbeats of the song, and it was lined up perfectly, and that was just neat.
Just because that was my last life and I was down to no magic.
Yeah, it made sense. You didn't lose too much progress, though.
No. Hey. Also forcing a drop because of that, so that's nice. And yeah, fire's expensive to... Okay, and we are... This is the item room. I probably shouldn't be in here.
Well, that one went down faster.
Yeah, because I now have attack 6, so...
That and it moved left.
Yeah. Well, that too. Hey, and we have all the magic, so... That's good. Actually, a heart container would be really nice to find, since
no
we
doubt.
don't have any defensive spells.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Nice. What a save.
That was a good save. I'm also gonna...
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's nice when the enemies jump into the pits on their own volition.
Yeah, right?
Unless you want the XP, but those are worthless.
They are. Well, and at this point, I'm already at the cutoff that I need to be at for getting attack 7 with the gem, so... And so here we're going to go in a path that most people don't realize you can go in Palace 6 because that was a dead end. But you can actually go left in this room.
That's a hyperactive little bubble thinger.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh man, he's got something to say.
Okay, so I mentioned before about the Canadian hole and possibly falling into it. I'm going to take that so I can go back to the right here.
The Canadian hole.
Yes.
I missed that one.
It's during the all keys?
Yeah, it was...
Oh, it was during one of my first naps.
Yeah, so basically that it's an invisible pit in there that a number of Canadian speedrunners fell into during the All Keys tournament in 2015.
Aha.
And one of them decided to name it after all of the Canadians who fell in there. And so that's where the name comes from. You don't want to fall in there in the vanilla game, but it can be the proper path in the randomizer. So now we're going to take a death so we can cast the fairy spell to get across here. So, intentional death abuse to refill magic.
Real life works the same way.
Right.
Sure does. Can't find it in? Just die.
Sounds like it should be a slogan of a product.
Would make a
Okay,
good bumper
so
sticker.
here's the other Rebenak fight. So, hooray.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a pal.
Why did the life go up?
So the horse has a life bar, and then the Rebenak has a separate life bar, and so when he jumps off the horse, the life bar can refill because of that.
Gotcha. So those are also whiz robes,
Yes. Those are whiz robes.
right? But the boss whiz robe was also a whiz robe.
Well, that boss was Karok. Okay, and here we are at Barba.
Great.
Jackhammer strats?
No.
Ah.
Okay. Oh, this is Barba.
Yep.
What's the dude with the axe?
Guma, or the axe. There is no one with an axe.
Well,
Guma
or a
has
flail
the
or something.
Yeah, that's Guma.
Okay.
That's
one
a
is-
Guma show.
Particularly nasty.
All right, so now we have 2 more gems left to place.
Doing pretty good for time.
Yeah, I'll say. This was a particularly generous seed with respect to items. We still have some things yet to find on the overworld, though, and do I need to... Yeah, I'm going to up A here to get all my lives back. So we actually... I need to go back to... Yeah, I need to go back to the other continent because there are 2 palaces there that I haven't done yet, and we know where one of them is. So I'm going to go do Palace 5, and then we have to do some exploring to try to figure out where Palace 2 is, which is going to be somewhere on this continent, because it has to be. There are 3 on each continent, plus the one in Maze Island. And we know the 3 on the other were 4, 6, and Great Palace. And here we have 1 and 5, so let's up A to refill life. So Palace 5 is the largest palace after Great Palace, so the largest of the main gem placing palaces. And the item is to the left, the boss is to the right. So this palace can be a time sink. Okay, that's the... Yeah, well, I guess we'll go...
It was just waiting for you.
So this is the, I think we call it the Eco Key Room or the Fairy Key Room. Heck. There's a damage boost strat called the Eco Key that you can do in that room. I just didn't want him messing around. Heck. Okay. So we're heading back left. That's not a good sign when you want to find the boss.
Oh. Simultaneous, ugh.
Bad news.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that slowdown. Come get some.
Yeah, so the drippers can drip other enemies besides bots, and in this they're apparently dropping Doom Rattlers, so...
Yeah, pass. Oh, well, at least it died.
Yeah, they have the health of a bot, but you just you have to get close to them.
Ah.
And that's not where we want to go. I should probably up A here, but I have the experience, so we're just gonna stick it out. And we're doing pretty awesome on time, actually, so... And I guess there were too many things that Iron Knuckle was despawned before, because... That's definitely a thing. You can hit sprite limits and despawn enemies, so... I shouldn't have jumped into that. But also, Magic 8 or Attack 8 is a very high level or very high experience threshold, which is actually a really good thing.
So now at this point, would you take Attack 8 or split it between Magic and Life?
My goal or my plan is I will take, and I don't have any, my plan is that Oh, I should have waited and cast it on the wall, Skelly. But no, my plan is I will pump all of it into life for this palace, and then the next palace I'll pump it all into magic, so...
This boss.
Yeah, and I don't have any... Actually, I have one spell that can help, so... Yeah, that's... He hits hard. And I was
Yeah.
also down on energy, but... Okay, so we're gonna do this again.
Don't blame you. Oh, heck. Heckin' pig.
Okay, so do we remember how to go? It was just to the right. That didn't... Okay.
Oh, huh.
What?
I just wasn't expecting the magic jar stuck in the wall.
Oh yeah, I knew that was there. That's why I did the thing.
Uh-huh.
Tried to be aggressive there. Not the smartest move, but that's okay. Okay. Safe strats. I say as I do some really aggressive thing. I'm not stubborn, you're stubborn.
I'm guessing the shield spell isn't really a thing.
It is a thing, I just don't have it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't have enough to...
Still amused by that.
Nice.
There you go.
First try.
Yeah.
That worked out. Ah, now he'll get all the way up to 9870.
Yes.
Delightful.
And I'm gonna wait for that so I can up A out of here, so...
Makes sense. That's quite the nice boost.
Oh,
Yes.
anybody reading good books lately?
Yeah, right. Good book on tape. Although I still need to finish it. Will there be any other heart containers?
Yeah, there are heart containers to go all the way up to 8 heart containers. So there are 4 heart containers in the overworld that I just haven't found.
Ah, okay.
So okay, so we're there. We need to find actually an connector cave that we can go through. Also, jumping up from life 4 to life 8 is a huge jump. So
Yeah, that will be pretty sweet.
I do not believe I saw the back end of this cave, so that should be a good indication. Dang it, I could not...
Nice.
Who says upstab is useless?
I never said that. Okay, hey, there's the grass tile that we've been looking for. Actually, it's probably... unless it's a heart container, it's probably worthless, so... It's the flute, so... It's... I guess that will actually potentially help us get to Great Palace quicker.
Wasn't there one more palace you need to find?
Yeah, that one right here.
Oh.
This should be Palace 2.
Very
What a lovely
Very-
palace, too.
pink.
Okay, so... boss is to the right, item is to the left. We want to go to the right.
Can there ever be heart containers in palaces as
Yes.
their item? Yeah.
Actually...
That guy just gave you 351, but said 350?
It said 300 and gave me 301. That's a bug in the game.
Oh.
Interesting.
Is that the same deal from that one boss in Vanilla?
Yeah.
That one boss.
Yeah.
Rebenak. It's the same on Karok in Vanilla as well.
Oh.
Interesting. Excuse me.
So that was a dead-end room with just a key in it, so... Actually, yeah, we'll cast Fairy, because... why not? It's possible to make it up there without the Fairy or the jump spell, but it's a very, very difficult jump to make, so... Okay, this ought to take us to the correct path. Oh, heck, that's another dead end. Okay. Forgot about that dead end. Oh, well, we found the item, so I guess we'll take a look. Hopefully it's a heart. And it's the cross.
And this is where Life Aid is really useful.
Yes.
Bye.
Only 100 from the Mago. Not worth it.
Nice.
So we're basically gonna full clear this palace by the end of it, I think. Oh, heck. Okay, I'm just gonna cast Fairy because I don't want to deal with this room.
Ugh.
Called it. So this elevator was entirely worthless. And don't want to downstab through
Yeah,
that into the lava, so
that would be,
bad time.
yeah.
Attack 7's a little bit overpowered for that boss. Okay, so that's our last gem placement. And we'll see what our magic levels get up to. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, and this is a pass-through cave that I think was going to take us closer to the yeah, that's good. That's okay, that's where we are. Okay, so this was a pass-through cave too. Might... Or wait, there's the... No, I guess I'll go over to the River Devil and try to go that way. Oh, I kind of want that because I want to... just kill some things on the way and get the magic level.
Just enough.
That's fine. Okay. We take... That's fine. Oh. Still not a heart container. But spells are a lot cheaper now, so... That doesn't really help, since we can't cast life. Okay, so we're in the wrong spot. So I guess we needed to go to the bottom half of the, or bottom third of the map, not the top third. So I'm gonna... That was nice of that Tektite.
Clear the way.
Oh, and... Well, we could also find a defensive spell since we don't have any heart containers, so I might... This might actually be worth the delay, especially if it's a spell like Life or Shield. Right. Shield, okay, that's good. That'll be cheap, and it doubles your life when you cast it, so... Of course. Oh. Gonna try again for a P bag, and then I think I might up A and go through that other cave that I had gone through before, because I don't know if I'm gonna find a way. Of course it's not a heart container. Suppose I could go into there, but I just want to finish the seed, so. Is this the cave I went through, I think? Yeah. Hey, and Max cooperated. I gotta go up. Alright, so this is a shortened Great Palace, which means there are somewhere between 25 and 50% of the rooms have been removed, or something like that. You have to fight Thunderbird, and to get to Dark Link you have to go through Thunderbird's room. So we want to go to the right. This is the famously known EoN room, or the EoN drop. I'm going against my own meta and not dropping immediately, but turns out we need to drop, so, because that was a dead end. So it was called that because of a race with Digshake in the first randomizer tournament, where I took the drop against the meta on a gamble and Digshake did not, and that ended up being the difference in the race because the drop was required. And I ended up winning because of that, so. So it was a gamble when I took it, and it just happened to pay off, so. Fun room.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, this is a fun room. Oh, those are not bubbles, those are bullets. Dead end, so we're going back to the left. So yeah, those bullets are not in the vanilla game. They're in the code Digshake found, but they're never used anywhere in game.
Oh.
Dang it. So he ended up implementing them anyway in the randomizer. Much like the orange bird knights, those are also not in the they're not used in the game, but they exist in the code. So he enabled them, and that's a drop room. Okay, I should up A.
So how can you tell this is a shortened Great Palace? Is that always the case in randomizers?
It's a flag on the
Okay.
yeah, so I kind of want to go left there, but there's still up elevators that I haven't tested, so kind of want to go continue to the ferry room and then take the up elevator there where I went down before. So this is a drop landing room. Oh right, they look like rocks, but those are fire, so... because of the beam sprites swap flag that I put on. Or had Tormod put on. That was risky. There's a ferry off to the right, but we don't need it. Oh, accidentally missed my jump there. And those bullets are no fun. And that's a drop room that we're coming into. I don't like this because we've seen a number of landing rooms. We've not seen this landing room, however, so... But this is going to take us back somewhere we've already been, I do believe. Yep. There's going to be... So, we need to up A here. And gonna go right, take the EoN drop in the first elevator up. And if that's bad, then we gotta go left here at the start. I don't like going this way, but we have to go left at some point because none of the right-only paths were working. Hey, we found Thunderbird. Right. There we go. I didn't think that could hit me there. That's I'm messing up the pendulum pattern. Go me. Hey Meg, I just saw that you're in here, and John Wayne, how's it going? Oh, and Dark Link right after, that makes sense given how it was kind of a long Great Palace for a short Great Palace. So...
I also have $75 from Mega Mech Attack.
Oh, hey, how about...
Thank you.
Thank you. That is awesome. Towards Zelda 1, nice. Alright, let's... Hooray, so that is the game, so you can stop time. And came in under the 90-minute estimate, or actually it was
a 2-hour
2-hour estimate, and I said that I get frustrated if it takes longer than 90 minutes, so
perfect.
I told myself it was a 90-minute estimate. So, all right. That was a surprisingly nice randomizer seed, to be honest. I have not played one that was that kind to me in a long time. So.
Question mark? Oh.
Oh no. No, there's not as far as the timeline goes, there's not a game later than this in the timeline. In its own timeline, I guess, but if you follow that kind of thing or believe in that kind of thing.
I don't really. I don't got the time for that.
But anyway, I guess we have Jamestown coming up next, correct?
Correct.
So I guess we can probably get that started early, and we can go to cut to transition and then come back for that. So
that's right. Give us a couple minutes. We'll be right back.